What's up, DCP? Welcome back to another video. We're very excited to have two of our amazing alums today from UC Merced, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. I'm Esmeralda. I graduated from DCP El Primero 2016, and my major was Management and Business Economics.
Hi, everyone. My name is Estrella, and I graduated from DCP Alumni in 2018, and I'm currently attending UC Merced, and I'm majoring in sociology.
So we're so excited to have you both. Thank you so much for your time, and we're going to get straight to it. So we want to know, what made you choose UC Merced?
Why I chose UC Merced, I think it was that, it was 2 hours away from home. So it was kind of like I could go home, but that I wasn't going to be home often. And also because when I went to UC Merced, it was really small. So for me, it was that the distance, and also how the classrooms were small, and basically the community was small, and it was a relatively new school. So it was kind of cool just to see how it was going to grow.
So I chose UC Merced, like Esmeralda said, that it's not too far, but it's not too close. And so that's kind of something that I wanted, because originally I wanted to go far away from school, but I realized that I would be too homesick to do that. So I decided to go to UC Merced. And also financially, it is really good there because it was a relatively new school.
Seeing how the community grew, because when I went there, it was just 2 or 4 buildings of dorms, and now it's I went back for a walk and I was like, what? This is not the campus I saw. It's crazy how it grew so much. There's so many dorms, there's so many new buildings, and it's now they're trying to get a medical school here just to help the Central Valley. So it's a group, but they're also trying to help the Central Valley grow, and also the representation, because I didn't see, I was maybe other schools, it was kind of I felt like a minority there, and here it was you saw so many people the same background as you were just that. You actually felt like you had a community there.
Yeah, I love the community there just because everyone is just so willing to help each other, because I know something that a lot of people struggle with is imposter syndrome, in your classes, because it's majority white and stuff. And originally I wasn't really I didn't really think of that until I was actually there at Merced, and I'm just so grateful that I chose UC Merced, because it's something that I don't have to struggle with alone. And so it's pretty cool just to see yourself represented. And also because it's really small, your class, the biggest classroom I've had is a lecture hall, which 300 kids, which is the size of DCP. But I mean, other UCs, their classes are double that.
Overall, just being in Merced and being the first generation student, I think it was looking for help, just because it was kind of I had to do a lot of things on my own growing up, or just the process of college. I was the first one, so I couldn't be oh, mom, dad, help here. I know I had DCP, but in a way it was going home. I didn't know how to explain a lot of things to my parents. So just coming here, if I needed help, I was too shy to go ask, or I felt I was the only one that didn't understand the material. But just going to office hours really helped. Asking around your classmates, or just asking the TAs, anything, reading back the textbooks, going on back to the slides, anything helps. And never be afraid to seek the help you need.
What I struggled with the most was, I guess, just like you said, asking for help, because at DCP, everyone asked oh, are you doing okay? And then going off to college, no one asks you if you're doing okay, because you kind of just have to be on top of it. And so I remember my first year, I could not ask for help. It was so hard for me. But something I also struggled with was meeting with your advisors it gets full so quickly. So I started booking them in advance, and having questions compiled in my notes app on my phone, just so when I go in, I can just make the most of the 15 minutes I have with her.
The advice I could give you guys, stay, just because you're oh, it's online, I'm at home, whatever, pay attention and stay on track. If your class starts at 1, be there on time. Just because I made the mistake, I was oh, it's my last semester, it's remote learning, I don't need to be there on time, I don't even have to go to class, they're just talking. You miss a lot of assignments, you miss a lot of opportunities, even just review sessions. It's a lot of things that you could miss out, even extra credit points, anything. Just pay attention, be there, even if it's kind of boring, just stick with it, just because it could affect you in the long run. It did to me in a way, And when you realize it, it might be like a little too late, but yeah, just stick with it, be on time, pay attention, give it your best, even now, because it might be a little bit harder. And always seek the help, even if it's by email or anything, just reach out to anyone if you can.
So I recommend don't skip in class. Like don't skip class at all. Like you said, it's really hard to catch up because in person, like the teacher can run on tangents, and if you're used to like the professor not going throughout the material, like you're gonna think that it's like that in virtual learning, but it's not. Like they're virtual, so they can get through as much stuff as they want to get through because they don't really have us like interjecting with questions and stuff. So another thing is participate. I feel like it's easier to participate online just because like you don't have to, like if you're in a big class, like you don't have to be scared of like everyone looking at you because sometimes your camera has to be on, sometimes it doesn't. So make sure to participate so then your teachers are looking at that and they can write letters of recommendation, and it'll just like, because this is something you could write about in your letters of rec, like the pandemic, and then if your teachers can like support that in their letters of rec, then that's going to be really awesome because it'll be a good recommendation.
Again, we want to thank you so much for your time, for your, sharing your journey with us, and we wish you the best. We hope that for you, Estrella, where you have a smooth transition back to the fall, and for you, Esmeralda, we wish you the best on this new journey that is adult life. For all of you DCP, please stay tuned for our next video. Our video from last week is also up on the YouTube channel, so feel free to check that out. And again, if you have any questions, any concerns, hit up your advisor, hit up your counselor, Ms. Garcia at Alumni High or Ms. Torres at El Primero. We're super excited for you to be asking college questions. So we hope that you enjoy this video and that you also stay tuned for next week.